This is what we got to tell. Right?
Fan doing this.
No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
Hold on, my bad.
All right. Yeah. All right. There you go. There it is. Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. Excited about today's episode. We got a good one for y'all. NFL Week 1 is finally over, and we get to talk about, everything. We talked about some things yesterday, and we got to talk about the 49ers beating the New York Jets on Monday Night Football, ruining Aaron Rodgers' full debut as a New York Jet. Talk about Justin Fields. He's named the starter once again, but did he earn the starting job for the rest of the year? Did he do enough week 1 to do that? We got to talk about that. And lastly, we all seen the Tyreek Hill detainment by the police in Miami, just a block away from the stadium, I believe, right? We got the whole footage for y'all, and we're going to react to that. But I got two of my bros with me. One of them not here. Missy get done sometime with himself. Whatever he's doing right now, I hope he's having a good time. I hope everything's okay, right? But he's doing good, y'all. And we got my boy Davey Dollars, fresh out the doghouse. Make sure y'all go check out the new doghouse episode 37. And I got my boy Mark with us also. How y'all doing, fellas?
What's going on, man? I'm back again. Back again, 2 days. Let's get it.
Welcome back. My man Marky Mark, what's going on? Yeah. And this is the reigning NFL guy who won the award last year, by the way. So he's back. He's trying to win his award again, but got something for you, Mark. I'm excited about today. Definitely episode 37. Episode 38 will be tomorrow, also at 12 noon. So back-to-back shows. Definitely can't wait for that. But I'm excited about everything that has gone on today. Excited about the topics. Yes, my Niners won last night, as expected. And, the Steelers have a quarterback controversy, I guess, as I thought that it would happen. And when I raised this question a while ago, but hey, I guess I didn't know what I was talking about when I asked the question. And Tyreek Hill, we got to talk about it. But before we do, we got to turn up, fellas. So let's turn up.
Turn me up.
Jody, do you think?
All right, y'all. We are streaming this on one platform. Something's wrong with Facebook. We don't know what's going on, but we are streaming this on YouTube. So make sure y'all like the video on YouTube. Make sure you follow and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. And share this video with a sports fan, an NFL fan, 49ers, Dolphins, Bears, not say Bears, the Steelers. Justin Fields with the Steelers now, all right? Jets. So make sure y'all share this video with a fan so they can come on and watch live with you, and they can be involved in the comment section by, be involved in the show, being involved in the comment section. Shout out to my boy Daniel for being the first comment, like always, right? Happy Tuesday to you too. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. So, first topic of the day, we got to talk about that Monday night game last night. Aaron Rodgers making his full debut for the New York Jets, but then the 49ers, fresh off the Super Bowl loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, wanted to start the season off with a W, not to have 2 L's in a row. And in the beginning, the Jets looked pretty okay, but then the 49ers just stormed their way, and they won this game 32-19. Now, obviously, we got a 49er guy on the show, on a panel, so he's going to kick us off. Dave, did the 49ers prove that they are still the best team in the NFC?
No. It's only week 1. It's only week 1. Week 1, we don't know that right now. There are plenty of other teams that don't want to know right now. So, no, I'm not going to say that we're still the best in the NFC right now. Now you can say that because we are the reigning NFC champions, and we did start off strong, beating the Jets at home. But no, I'm not going to say that at this very moment. We did win the game in dominating fashion, scoring on 8 straight drives. So 8 consecutive drives, we had a scoring drive. We forced 2 turnovers in this game with a punch, fumble, and a peanut Tillman style by Fred Warner on Brees Hall, which was Aaron Rodgers' first NFL completion this year, turned into a fumble, and then an interception that was thrown as well, which was a great defense by my second corner, who I think is going to have a good year this year, Deombador Lenore. So great job with that, and we pretty much dominated this game. We dominated the time of possession. They couldn't stop the run whatsoever. I talked about Jordan Mason 2 years ago, and what I said, when he gets his opportunity, he'll show you how good he is. 28 carries for 147 yards and a touchdown. I think we pretty much know how good he can be if he's given the opportunity. Now, I was shocked to see that CMC wasn't going to play, and it gave me a little cause for concern. But I did forget that Jordan Mason was going to be running the rock. So just glad to see. But and then Trent Williams went back to his all-pro form. Great protection. And I got to give a shout out to our rookie Dominic Puny, who had a really good game last night as well. He helped make Colton McKivitz look actually good last night, who's actually, I think, is one of the worst right tackles in the league, but we continue to keep giving him a contract, so he's there. Purdy looked pretty good, made some good throws. He made a couple of bad passes, but there's nothing to be concerned about. And Brandon Ayuk looked a little rusty. You know, he had 2 drop passes, and he dropped a dime in the end zone that could have been a touchdown, which would have made Purdy's numbers look good, but made him look good, given as though he just got a $30 million contract. But I didn't expect him to look like the All-Pro he was last year in the first game, knowing that he wasn't there during training camp. He wasn't really practicing, so this was to be expected. But to say that we're the best in the NFC right now after week 1, no.
Okay, Mark.
Wow. I see why. I guess this is why Joe felt like this yesterday with the rookie thing. Are you serious? Y'all look so dominant. Yes, y'all look like the best team in the NFC. Really? Y'all ain't look like y'all ain't have no problems. Brock Purdy was efficient. The running back, y'all lost y'all best player on offense and still blew out the Jets. I mean, that's not dominating. Any other team lose their best player, it's not gonna look like that. Offensive line click, defense click, y'all linebackers click. Fred Warner was out there hitting. Like it was a complete game around from the 49ers. And y'all was missing y'all best player. Everybody else stepped up. That's not dominating. That's calls for the best team in the league. It was only 2 other teams that probably played as good as y'all did yesterday. We can talk about Carolina. In the Saints game, and the Saints blew Carolina out, but they played against Carolina. Y'all played against the Jets. A lot of people got the Jets, going pretty far in the playoffs. The defense is efficient. Everything was efficient with 19 for 29, 231, no touchdowns, but they ran the ball. They ran the ball 28 plus. They ran the ball like almost 38 times. And you don't see that anymore in the NFL. Really, you don't see that.
I see this all the time, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, we don't see this, especially week 1. They always wanted to see what they was doing. It's like 49ers already know what their identity is, and they going strong with it in the beginning. So, yes, they look like the most dominant team right now. They do. Dominant team in the NFC.
Yeah, I see what Dave's doing. He don't want to get too excited. It's week 1, like he said. He don't want to get on his high horse and then get upset. I get you, but Dave, come on, man. I haven't used this in a long time. I think this is the appropriate time to use it if I can find it. We've been moving stuff around in these sound effects. Dave,
Stop the cap.
come on, man. Yes. Who else is the best if it ain't y'all? Let me ask you that question. Who's the best?
Detroit? You saying Detroit look better?
Who the best in Dave in the NFC? If y'all know.
I don't think anyone has solidified that right now. It's just week 1.
You gotta pick somebody.
Not necessarily. You don't have to pick anyone after. It's week 1.
I mean,
you can say yesterday we were like the best team on the field. Yesterday, yes, of course. Last night, I didn't think that we were going to lose to the Jets.
So let me ask you this: were y'all the best last year?
Yes, we were the best team in the NFC last year.
So what NFC team did something that make you feel like they were better than y'all this year?
After week 1?
No, period.
Yeah.
Since last year's Super Bowl.
That's nothing. It's nothing to say. It's nothing to compare to, honestly, right now. It's just week 1.
Some people might say the Eagles. They only got Saquon, got some DB and stuff. But we watched the Eagles play Friday night. We watched that.
Yes, we did, and they only won the game by a few points. I get that.
And they,
the only team was, the Saints. The only team that probably other looked good in the line.
Look, I'm not ready. See, this is the thing. I'm not saying that we didn't dominate that game. We did. I said that we dominated the game, and I expected that. I think what I'm saying is kind of sort of what they're saying about the Jets. It's because it's the Jets. I'm not that impressed right now.
Are you impressed by the Jets defense?
I was, yes, and I like how we dominated that defense. So that is something I'll say about.
Yes, they are a great defense without C-Mac, and you said it. The first thing you said was, "Yeah," you said it so softly. Yeah, we scored on 8 straight drives. What? You scored on 8 straight drives?
I mean that's happened. I've seen that before when we played against the Eagles. Yes, when we played against Philly, we scored in every drive right after that. So I'm not. It's not something I'm not used to seeing. But that was later on in the season. If I see this later on in the season, then I can say that it's week 1. I get what y'all saying, but about how we looked last year and how we are now, seems as though we are the defending NFC champions. But for me, I'm not going to say that right now because it's just week 1. We could look terrible next week or the week after. I'm not saying that right now after week 1. That's just me. It's only 1 game. I'll say after 4 games, then you can say something. After 5 games, okay, but I'm not saying that after week 1.
I feel you. That would make sense to me, at least, if we're talking about somebody that wasn't the best last year, and we saw 1 week, and we're like, nah, they ain't the best. Now, if the Chiefs would have dominated their week 1 like y'all did, we would have been like, yeah, the Chiefs are the best team in the league. Even though it's only week 1, because it's the Chiefs. They were the best last year. Y'all were the best NFC team last year. And then y'all had this type of performance without your best player. And Brock Purdy, yes, he missed a few throws, but Brock Purdy was really good. I like Brock Purdy was really good yesterday. And Jordan Mason, 147 yards on the ground. Come on now. That dude run hard too. So yes, I'm going to say they definitely proved that they are the best team in the NFC until proven otherwise. That sound better?
And then on top of that, if you look at every other game, everybody got dropped. So Brandon Ayuk with his 2 drops, everybody got a drop week 1 for some reason. So,
I didn't criticize him for that. I just said that he has some rust on it. I expected that.
And you know what? They will make it even better. Trent Williams is held out. Brandon Ayuk is held out. Bama ain't been playing, and y'all still blew these dudes out. Like that's even more impressive.
It's just week 1. That's just me. I'm not overreacting over 1 game. It's one game. It's 1 game.
Now they maybe
1 game. I'm not listening to Blaze. We blew them out. We beat them 42-19. I don't want to hear nothing from no Eagle fan right now.
Y'all beat them worse than y'all beat the Jets. Dang.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to hear nothing about no Eagle fan right now. They won their game, but we went out and dominated the fashion. Talk to me when you dominate somebody.
Shout out to Tomo. Tomo said, "I'm with you, Dave. It's week 1."
It's just one. It's just 1 game.
This is a Cowboy talk. This is a Cowboy talk. That's different.
It's 1 game. It's 1 game.
Okay, off 1 game. What team looked better than y'all did yesterday? Defense.
I'm not saying that any team looked better than us. I'm just not. I'm not ready to say we're the best team in the NFC after 1 game. That's it.
You just basically continue on that last season. You standing on business.
I've done this every single year. Y'all know me. This is not changing. I don't know why y'all expect me to change, but it's not happening. Okay. I did it for a little bit when we played against the Eagles because they kept trying to give me that energy the year before, and I said I'm gonna bring the energy to you. And we went out and dominated and beat them in the link. So I get that, but this is just who I am. I'm not ready to say that until I see this happen multiple times again. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And y'all, it's like y'all attacking me for that. I just want to see us do more multiple times. Like, come on now.
I want to get for your team.
I'm proud of my team. We beat the Jets at home like we were supposed to. I expected us to win.
Yeah, y'all manhandled them. All right, so let's move on to the next topic. So our next topic, we got to talk about Justin Fields and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, look, the Pittsburgh Steelers played against the Atlanta Falcons, right? And the Atlanta Falcons, a lot of things in the offseason. We ain't got Kirk Cousins, new head coach. So a lot of promising things going on in Atlanta. And this game was in Atlanta. And also, Justin Fields was a potential prospect to be traded to Atlanta, right?
Yep.
So a lot of that going on. Russell Wilson, supposed to be the week 1 starter, but he has an injury, so Justin Fields has to step in. This is his opportunity to take the job. They win the game 18-10. But the question is, did Justin Fields do enough to earn the starting position with the Steelers over Russell Wilson? Mark.
Did he do enough? No. As long as Russell Wilson is healthy, he's starting. Justin Fields is not – I'm not going to say he's not a starter in the league. He's just still not ready. He had a pretty good game yesterday, but it only looked good on paper. If you watch the game, that's not what you really thought. He did have a couple good passes, but it seemed like every time they got a pass or every time they got something, it was a penalty. So I think the reason they won the game is because T.J. Watt is probably the best defensive player in football. And, like, it sucks for me to say it like that, but they kept trying to take away his sacks. They kept trying to take away his fumbles, his forced fumbles. And, like, I mean, T.J. Watt was a force. He's the reason they won the game. They couldn't handle him. Like, he jumping the snap count. He's doing everything. He, getting the sack. He's disrupting the quarterback passing, the timing, making Kirk Cousins throw picks. That right there is like, defensive player of the year type stuff. You keep that up. So, I mean, if Justin Fields he wasn't the reason why they won. I think Justin Fields, when he had the ball, I don't think he got past the 40-yard line. I think they kicked the field goal every time. I think the one time they did probably get past it on that deep shot to Pickens, it was called back. He did it twice, and one of them was called back, wasn't it?
Yeah, one was called back.
One of them was called back. I think they got to the red zone probably one time. And if you look at his passing chart, everything he don't throw the ball in the middle at all.
I know, but go ahead.
So he didn't do enough to solidify the starting job. I think Russell Wilson to come in and he would have made the team look a lot better than, they would have had a lot more than 18 points if Russell Wilson was starting that game.
They got to the red zone twice. But to answer the question, nah, man, he didn't do enough. So I watched that game, right? The very first play, he fumbled a snap. I'm like, dang, it's not a good start, right? The second play, he rolls out to the right, has a wide open man for the first down, throws a bad ball. Is in the dirt. I'm like, dang, Justin Fields. Third down, he get to the line. This man gets confused at the line. They got burning timeout on the first drive. I'm like, yo, this is not a good start. But then he did. I think after that he did run for a first down. He went back to his ways and he ran for a first down. And as the game went on, you can see he got more comfortable. I will get on that. And one thing I like about Justin Fields, he was throwing the ball to George Pickens. He was giving him opportunities. He was throwing that thing. Like you said, George Pickens pushed off one time on A.J. Terrell, which was a bad call, I think. Like, it was a soft push. Like, it happens all the time. But he caught it. And then he caught one. Yeah, he did. He pushed off. Okay. Then he caught one on A.J. Terrell. Actually caught one. And then he caught one in the zone coverage before the half that got him in field goal range. Justin Fields do that, So Justin Fields actually played good, but he did not play good enough to earn the starting job. He played good enough because of, like Mark said, T.J. Watt. T.J. Watt, hands down, is the best defensive player in the NFL. It's not even close. I'm sorry. He's the only player in NFL history to lead the league in sacks 3 different years. Isn't that all right? The last 4 years, he led the league in sacks 3 times. The only time he didn't lead the league in sacks because he missed a lot of games. But T.J. Watt is like that. If I'm the Steelers, you know what I'm going to do? Every game, if we get to the goal line, I'm putting T.J. Watt in the game. Now, I'm not going to give him the ball every time, but it's going to be an ongoing thing. So like let's say like in the Falcons game, in 3 possessions, I'm going to put T.J. Watt in the game. We're not going to throw the ball to him. The next game, 3 possessions. We're gonna put this right in the game. The second one, we're gonna throw the ball to him, hit him out of nowhere. But get him some offensive touchdowns so he could potentially be an MVP. For real. They took back 2 strip sacks from this man. 2. And then he got it, and then God is blessed on it. Like they just fumbled the snap and he fell on the jump, right. So, and then he had a sack to end the game. Like TJ Watt was the reason why, like Kirk Cousins was getting pressured every single play because of TJ Watt. But Justin Fields, no. Russell Wilson, I feel like with this offensive, Arthur Smith's offensive game plan he had for the Falcons, I feel like Russell Wilson would have executed that very, very well, right? So I think Russell Wilson will come in, and as soon as he's healthy, he's going to come in and start, and I think he'll do well. Because that was a good Falcons defense.
If you did watch the game, wasn't Russell Wilson in uniform?
He
and pads?
He was in uniform.
I like that. I like that.
I mean, yeah, I like that too.
Everybody making jokes because it's Russell Wilson, and he was communicating. He was talking.
Yeah,
I like that.
He was very active on the sideline and everything. He was showing some leadership. I agree with y'all. I don't think Justin Fields did enough to say that he's the starter for the rest of this year. I don't think he did enough. Now, like you said, he did play good. He played pretty okay. 17 to 23. That's not bad. That's really good passing completion percentage.
On paper.
Yeah, exactly, Mark. On paper. Exactly. 156-yard passing, but it only counted for 133 because he got sacked twice for 23 yards. But his QBR is just terrible. 42.6 is his QBR. And yeah, he did make some plays with his legs. He averaged about 4.1 yards to carry. Decorius, he had 14 carries. So there's another one for you. But I like his relationship with George Pickens. I think that's what will help him. Him having a good relationship with George Pickens, they had a really good offseason together. They pretty much practiced together a lot. So I think those two have a good relationship, and that'll help him. But that game did not help him because all the points came from Chris Boswell. Yeah. He didn't throw a touchdown. He didn't even run in for a touchdown. Everything came from Chris Boswell. All 18 points was from Chris Boswell. So whoever got the Steelers defense and special teams in fantasy, you got 18 points alone.
Well, Vaughn had him, but he had to drop him.
So you had that. But no, it's nothing he did to prove that he's the number one quarterback in Pittsburgh right now. It's nothing he did to say that he deserves that spot. Now, if he will start week 2. In week 2, if he plays a lot better, then we may have another conversation. But nah, I don't know. There's nothing he did to say.
No, Phil's playing.
Fields is playing. Russ is out.
Yeah. Russ is
Yeah.
out, and they got the Broncos. So
if he dominates against the Broncos, then we'll have that's another conversation to have. But right now, nah, he didn't do enough to say that he's the starter for the rest of the year.
I still think Russ will start, even if he have a great game. I do. And then I got a question for Mark though, because I was watching that game. I was in it. I saw a lot of things. I just thought about you, Mark. Well, you know I'm going.
I know where you're going too.
Mark, why you don't like Najee Harris, bro? I'm watching this dude. He a straight dog, man. I like him. I'm watching like this man.
He had like 70 yards yesterday. So right now my bet is not looking too good, but it's only week 1. And he had more carries than my man too. So I mean, but he run hard. I never said he don't run hard. He runs hard. Like he's the shark with running down the street really hard. He does run hard. He does that. So I mean, it's just like I don't like his vision. That's what it is. I don't like his vision. And on top of that, some of his fans be throwing me off. So I mean, he's going to get heavily criticized by me.
Yeah, he does run hard. And I forgot who it was, but they pulled his helmet off. He was on the ground.
Yeah,
that was a dirty play. He got up and got in his face. Like he runs so hard. He got mad at Fields one time in the flats. He was in the flats wide open, and Fields threw behind him. And he almost threw the ball on the ground. Like, come on, bro, I'm wide open. But yeah, so sorry, Phils, you got another week, but unless you throw with 5 touchdowns, 450 yards, no interceptions.
Yeah, he gotta have a game like he played against Washington.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. He
Well,
gotta
last
have one
year,
of those kind of games.
last year he played Denver. He had 4 TDs, 4 touchdowns, and like 250 passing yards.
Hey, if he had 40 TDs in this game, then that's what I'm saying.
He ain't solidified because they got to be consistent, and we all
Yeah.
know Bills is not consistent.
Yeah, but Tomlin is also like, hey, he's helping us win games. You know, Tomlin.
But you're right though. And this comment shout out to my boy Jacob. Let's not forget the Falcons have the best safety duo in the league. You know, they got your boy from the Broncos, Justin Williams, and your boy Jesse Bates.
Is that a Niners fan I see in the comment?
My
Rick
brother-
Diaz?
Niners. Okay.
How about
It
him?
was a great game. Yeah, I gotta admit it. Yeah.
How
Hey,
about
y'all, hey, Rick, did y'all prove that y'all the best team in the NFC?
Just because that another 49ers fan might say that doesn't
No,
mean that
I
I'm going
wanna
to
know.
say that.
Dave was too humble about it.
All right. So
This
look.
is just me. Just who I am.
You know, yeah, they like to get like you know how I don't know, like they like the cup to be full to the top. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna get like the Jones got a little crazy, I'll take it. But he
It's
won that
week
Jones
one.
deal.
It's week one. It ain't full yet. It's just right at the bottom. It's at the bottom. It ain't full.
Like, job's not finished.
Yeah.
Job's not
So
finished.
now if one up playing Sunday, I guess Minnesota Vikings. That's okay. Is it? Sam Darnold?
Yeah.
All right. So look, this last topic. Oh, go ahead. What you want to say?
There you go. You got, Die Hard Niner fan. It was a good game last night, but got to take 1 week at a time. 1 week at a time. Thank you.
Yeah.
One week at a time.
Yeah, 1 week at a time. Yeah. So if you had to do a ranking, who the best teams in the NFC, what would you rank the 49ers?
Are they number 2? They behind Detroit, the Eagles, the Cowboys. Anybody else look as dominant?
Blaze, y'all are lucky. Y'all are lucky y'all don't play us again. Remember, y'all were fully healthy when we played y'all. Fully. No one was hurt. And we dominated y'all and your house.
He ain't gonna admit it.
I don't think you want that smoke again.
Top 3. Someone say y'all top 3. Come on. Who's 2 and 1 there?
Dallas top 5 right now.
You know he gonna say Dallas is one of the.
Nah, he know because of y'all. He respect the 49ers. He know y'all. All right, so this last topic, y'all, we're gonna change. We're gonna change course and we're gonna get into some legal issues, some off the field stuff. Tyreek Hill was detained in Miami right outside of the stadium, and we got the full footage for y'all, and we're gonna react to it. So,
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Or what? Why you have it up? Hey! Keep your window down! Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me your ass, Get out of the car. Give me your ass. We'll break that freaking window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. 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 What part of blood do you understand? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin. When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand?
I'm getting out.
You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you.
I'm getting
You're a little
out.
confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late.
Chill,
Too
bro.
late.
All right, bro. Take
Too
me to
late.
jail, bro. Do what you gotta do, bro.
We are. We will.
Good, bro.
It is good.
Hey, Drew, hey,
Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. You stop crying.
bro. Y'all,
Don't move.
good. Bro, you
Sit 'em
beating
up.
on my window like you crazy.
You set him up.
Why y'all beating on my window like y'all crazy for? Damn, bro, dude beating on my window like he crazy. I ain't do nothing, twin. Damn. Hey, I gotta do it this time, bro.
Hey, don't park there. Don't park there.
Hey. Hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro.
I just had surgery in your ears when we come here. Put your window down.
Chill, bro. Hey, Joe New, bro.
Back up.
Hey, call Drew. Hey, call Drew. Call Drew, bro. Hey, call Drew, bro. Hey, what? Hey, call Drew, bro. Just call Drew. Hey.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing nothing. What am I doing that's wrong?
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen. Hey, man, they got Tariq. The cops over here beating on him, man.
Listen.
They over here beating on Tariq,
Listen, big man, don't park there, man. Just get in
Hey,
the
yo,
car.
hey, Drew, you gotta come, man.
Just get in the car.
Right up the side, on the side of the,
Hey, get in the car. You're parked in the middle of the street.
I'm in the car.
You gotta go before you get a ticket.
Hey, you're in the car.
Who's the driver?
This is my car.
All right, move.
All right, I'll take that.
You gotta move right now.
I'm coming, man.
License, you're gonna have ticket too.
I'm coming.
Let me have your
I'm
license.
coming.
You're gonna ticket. Let me have your license.
I'm leaving.
I'm not playing. Let me have your license.
Leaving. Yo, what's
Your
going
license
on?
right now.
Sir, what's going on,
Your license right now. You're not gonna give me your license?
Get in the car and leave.
You're not gonna give me your license?
I'm leaving.
Let me have your
I'm
license.
leaving,
Your
man.
license right now.
Sir, you want me
Hey,
to
your license right now.
I'm leaving.
Or I'm gonna lock you up.
just told
Your
me to
license
leave.
right now.
He just told me to
Your
leave.
license right now.
Sir, you just-
You're dealing with me now.
Sir.
Your license right now. We're not playing this game.
Joe, I can't hear you.
Yeah, you muted.
I thought it was me for a second.
I looked at the same thing to say it. I was like, huh?
It got real tense. So I
Mark,
guess
when I
we
saw
laugh.
your face, I was like, okay, so it's not just me. All right, bet.
But sorry, I should have put like a warning because it was a disturbing video. But you saw it. It was the raw video. We didn't edit it or nothing. Literally, that's a raw video. So we're gonna react to it. So the man for these type of topics, I like to always kick off this topic, is my boy Dave. So Dave, give me your reaction to this video.
This was something that unfortunately we're used to seeing. We've seen situations like this happen multiple times before, and it honestly does not always end well. So for once, I will say I'm glad that it didn't end in someone getting hurt. I'm glad that Tyreek Hill lived to be able to see and actually go play in this game. Along with Calais Campbell and the other player that was in the car. I forget who his name was, but I know it was Tyreek, Calais Campbell, and someone else. This is just, I mean, this is a system that wasn't meant to help us in any way. It was never built that way. It was always built to be against us and to, you know, not help us get to where we need to be. Tyreek Hill didn't. Some people may say he should have kept his window down. And whether you believe he should have done that or not, there's still certain measures that you don't go as an officer to force the law. And I feel like he just did whatever he could to force that. He got emotional. He got emotional because Tyreek was not listening to him. He wasn't abiding by his rules. You know, a lot of officers like to put that badge on and make it seem like, you know, they're the law. They're not the law. You are there to abide by the law, just like all of us are as well. And let's be honest, a lot of officers have ego trips when it comes to certain stuff like this. I've seen multiple videos of just normal people have interactions like this with the police. And I'm not just saying that just only happens to our people, but this is what happens to our people very often. We're the ones that have the conversations to say of what happens when you see a police officer behind you. How do your reaction when you talk to an officer? How are you supposed to speak to them? You know, how you look at them, how you act. You make sure that you speak well. If they ask for your ID, you give them your ID, whether you know the law or not. There's a lot of things that we do to protect our lives because our lives are at risk almost every time we see a police officer. So I think the situation could have been handled a lot differently if, the officer just didn't get so emotional. He didn't have to drag Tyreek out the car because when he told him to get out, Tyreek was, as you can see, he was getting out the car. And then when they forced him to sit down, he said, I just had a knee injury. And we all know Tyreek definitely just had a knee injury. It's known information. It's something that we report all the time. I report it all the time in the NFL chat. I report injuries, signings, and everything. So this is something that is known information. Yes, we know Tyreek Hill just came up with knee. So of course he would not want to just automatically just force himself to sit down because it could cause another injury for him. And it could affect his career and affect his team. But I think that situation was just bad all around. Tyreek Hill, maybe he shouldn't have, maybe he should have just kept his window down and, talk normally. But even if that's the case, there's just a certain way you handle it as an officer. You are professional. That is your job. You're supposed to handle that in a better fashion. And I feel like he didn't handle it well. And all that they did was put him on administrative leave. This is what happens when stuff like that happens to us. People don't get their jobs taken away from them. They get paid leave or administrative leave. So this is just something that we're used to seeing. It's unfortunate, but this is just what happens.
Mark.
Well, with the administrative leave thing, I do see the they did that immediately. I've never seen them put a cop on administrative leave that fast after the situation happened. So the city was even upset about that situation because it was Tyreek Hill. But just to react to the video, what if it wasn't Tyreek Hill? Like you said, what if it wasn't him? Like how far would they have went? The cop is asking him to roll his window down, and the law said you don't have to roll your window all the way down. You can roll your window down a little bit, as long as you can give them your information. And he pulled him over because I guess he was speeding. It was a speeding infraction. If you live in Florida, I live down here, so I know exactly where he got pulled over at, and I know the road. So I mean, people going 65, 70 all day on that road. The average speed limit is 45. So I mean, yes, he was pulling him over for speeding was justified, but the reaction of the cops, like Dave said, it was an ego trip. The cop got high on ego, and he was just. You got to do what I say, do what I say, do what I say. And that's not it doesn't cost for that. It's a traffic stop. It's not like he had a gun or anything like that, or if it's anything. And even if the cop didn't know who Tyreek Hill was, like, why are you so upset? Like, why are you so mad about that situation? And then when other players when other players stopped the car, you wasn't even dealing with that situation. You was messing with Tyreek Hill, then you walked over there and tried to arrest the other guy. Like you was just, and then the cop, it's another video. It's another cop that said, what did he do? It's Tyreek Hill. What did he do? What was the infraction? What was the infraction? He said he was speeding. Oh God. That's all you heard. Oh God. And then the video cut off. So it's just like, and then on top of that, like with all the attention that the police is getting today because of the situations with like all of the killings and everything like that, thank God it didn't end that way. So I mean, it was just it didn't look good on the police of Miami. It didn't look good at all. And I'm not even gonna lie, there's some good cops out here. It really is. It's just some apples, some bad apples. But it is a lot of good cops. It's a lot of bad apples.
All right. So look, how I'm going to address the situation. I'm going to address it in okay. This one, I'm gonna start by doing this. I agree with you 100%. All right, but let me start by saying this first. I'm going to hold Tyreek Hill accountable for a second. When you get put over by the police, do not give them a reason to act like that. Yes, you might have rights, but is that worth risking your life? Let me ask you that question. You knowing you're right, yeah, I don't have to put my window out of the way. Okay, that's fine. But is it worth risking your life? We see it all the time. Police, just because of their ego, because they get mad, they just pull the trigger quickly. A young lady just died in her own house. We just saw that a couple of months ago. Quick trigger. Is it worth it? Dave asked the question earlier. He said, when the police get behind you, I remember a Caucasian guy, right? He asked me, he said, "How do you feel when the police get behind you?" And I said, "I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I get nervous, and I'll be completely clean. Like if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, depending on where I'm at, and the police get behind me, I'm like, dang, I ain't got nothing in the car. My license good. I don't carry, I ain't got nothing in the car. I'm clean, all right. But when they pull me over, I comply. I be respectful. Two, I was taught put the windows down. 2 hands on the wheel. When you want to put your windows down. When they ask for your license, you tell them where you're going to reach for. I'm going to go to the glove department to get my license. Okay, I'm going to reach in my pocket. You comply. You give them no reason to act crazy. Now, that does not give that police officer the right to do what he did. Because at the end of the day, he's the one with the badge, not Tyreek Hill. He the one that got to do his job. Tyreek Hill not at work. If I work at Chick-fil-A and the customer get mad at me, I'm supposed to swing on the customer? No, I gotta stay calm. Go get the manager or something. You gotta do your job. And what he did was not his job. When he slammed Tyreek Hill to the ground, all that stuff, I'm like, all right, man. And then Tyreek Hill was calm after that. Tyreek Hill didn't fight back. He didn't. He just sat there and y'all do what y'all do. He said it. Y'all take me to do what y'all do. They picked him up. He got up. Then they said, sit down. Like, first of all, come on, bro. You pick me up. Then you tell me to sit down. Before you tell me to sit down, I'm like, hold on, calmly. And you just aggressively push me. Like, what are you doing? So I didn't like that at all. This dude, like Dave said, he got emotional. And when you get emotional, you don't think straight. When you lead with your emotions, you usually do the wrong thing. That's what happens. And what made it worse, like Mark said, his teammates, people pull up. Like we all do. If I see Dave get pulled over, I'm like, what happened? Like, I'm gonna stand and watch. They said, no, you gotta leave. You can't park here. Man, I got my hazards on, man. I'm talking about I got a flat tire. I would have said something like that. My tire ain't tripping. I got a flat tire. But
and then he said you in the middle of the road. He not in the middle of the road. He on the side.
Exactly.
But the
other dude pulled. He was walking. I think it was Claire's comment. He was walking. He was like, the other video was like, back up. He's slowly backing up, and then he's threatening him. You want me to take it to jail too? I'm like, bro, he's backing up. He's doing what you told him to do, and he got his hands up the whole time. And then asking for a due license and all that stuff. After the other Fed said you can go, he said I can go. No, you dealing with me now. So I'm just glad that they got those body cams, man, that hold them accountable. But are they gonna do something about it? But Tyreek, you don't do that because you sending a message to the youth that they can do that. Like, just cooperate when the police pull you over. Like, you got a game today. Just get your ticket and go. Put it window down, get your ticket and go. So that's my 2 cents. Like, I didn't agree with either side. I didn't like how Tyreek set the tone, but Tyreek is a citizen at the end of the day, and the police officer is the authority, right? So he should be one that he's on duty. He got to do his job at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
I mean, only thing I can say about that is it's a double standard because it's not fair, because it only happens to us why police act aggressive like that. And when you see like a white person get pulled over, or an Asian person, they're not that aggressive. No, they're not. It's only like that with us. So it's sad that we the ones that got to do this so we won't end up dying. But nobody else got to do that. We got to do that though, so we don't end up dying. And like the saying that, like, yeah, you sending a message to the youth, like, but then you got to look at it like, what are you doing? Like, why are you knocking on my window that hard? I gave you what you asked for. Now you're knocking on my window down. You're gonna roll it down more. And like, what? Like, why are you so mad? Didn't you tell me to roll the window down and get out the car? He said no. And then you open my door and pull me out. And then when I tell you I got knee surgery, you get mad and be like, did you get ear surgery too? Because
yeah,
like what
that's
are you
crazy?
What? Come on,
Just,
like,
you
that was
just got
like
he
whether
got
Tyreek
really
Hill should have
emotional.
rolled the window down all the way like he said or not. It's his right not to do that. So I mean,
You're
rather be
right.
saying it's his right not to do
Absolutely,
it.
absolutely. But I this is where I tend to agree with Joe on this. It's because we know that that's the law.
I know, but
we
it's
know
like,
it's different when it comes to
that's the thing. It's
us.
not
Our
fair.
lives are at stake. It's not too many people that it comes in our situation. Their lives are at stake. You just said it yourself. Other cultures, other races don't have to deal with what we have to deal with, and we know this, and we know we shouldn't have to deal with this, but we know what's the reality. The reality is we do deal with this,
No, no,
and
don't give me.
we have these conversations all the time. We know what we got to do in these situations. Just we got to do whatever we can to make sure that we are able to live to see the next day.
Like, don't get me wrong. Other races deal with this also, but
Not consistently as much as we do.
statistically, we deal with it way more. All right, so that's true. And 'cause I don't want to say like there's some Caucasian guys, some Hispanic guys there say, man, I just dealt with this yesterday. So I get it. There's some people out there that deal with this too. All right, but like Mark, you are right. He has the right to do what he does. Like, but me, I'm like, yo, I have the right, but guess what? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, sir. Like, I'm not. My pride is not going to get in the way with my life. That's all I'm saying. All right. So I'm just saying, like, we got to be smart and be humble, because being humble is just doing what you got to do to get out the situation. Do what you gotta do. And what I gotta do, just be respectful. Now, if I'm respectful and this dude still does what he does, I did all I could to avoid this situation. And stuff happens sometimes. But if I look back at a situation, I say, you know what? If there's something I could have done to prevent this to happen, I don't want that to be nothing. I want me to walk away in that situation knowing that I did everything I could for this not to escalate the way it did. And that is just comply. Roll the window down. Both of your windows. I was taught that. I was told you get pulled over, son. Roll both your windows down. Put two hands on the wheel, and then whatever they say, you say yes, sir, yes, ma'am. And then some people, man, that's some sucker stuff. Man, get your pride out the way. Who cares, man? Who cares about what people think? I don't care. What I care about is leaving that scene and going home to my wife and kids.
Yeah,
That's all I care about.
Is it pride you care about, or is it your life?
I mean,
I
you're
care
right.
about my
But you
life
also got to look at the fact that normally in Florida, it's a lot of celebrities always riding around. They always got the darkest tint on their window. You don't roll your window all the way down as a celebrity in Miami, because you don't want somebody to see you, follow you home, follow you do anything, because it's that serious down here. So it's almost like rule of thumb. If you have anything nice like that, you never let nobody see what you're driving like that. Nobody wants you to see him. Oh, that's Tyreek Hill car. When I see that again, I'm gonna follow him home. Like, you don't want to roll your window all the way down. So it's reasons why people don't. Why he didn't roll his window all the way down.
I get that, but I think in this situation that doesn't matter because this is the police.
But they ended up seeing who he was anyway, because they took him out of the car.
And you're like right around.
They saw his ID. They knew who he was.
I feel you, Mark, with that. I don't
think the officers knew who he was. I don't think they watched football, to be honest with you. I don't think they knew.
They might not.
But look, Mark, I feel you. If that's the case, if that's why Tyreek didn't roll his window down, cool.
It's like that a lot. Yeah, it's like
if that's the reason.
A nice car like that.
But I'm just saying, if he just did it because he know the law is just, I'm gonna just do it a little bit. I don't gotta do it all the way, like.
Yeah, they'll roll down a little bit and roll it right back up once the officers stop talking to them. Like, that's what the celebrities do, so people won't see them in their car. Follow them.
Cav, you just joined the conversation. Nobody said the police was wrong. No. All I'm saying is, do what you gotta do to leave the situation alive. Why would you do anything to frustrate the police if you could be potentially killed? Now, Tyreek got out of the situation alive, and he is a citizen. The police is a police. The police is in the wrong because he's the one that's supposed to be calm and collective and cool. But at the end of the day, I don't know this officer. Me personally, we saw how hot this dude was. If it was 2:00 in the morning, it would have been a different story probably. You know what I mean, right? You see this police officer. So when I get pulled over, I just do what I can do with my ability to calm the situation and walk away so I can go home to my wife and kids. So nobody's making excuses for the police. Nobody's saying the police was right. We all said the police is 1,000% wrong. And we're not really saying Tyreek is wrong. Tyreek was in his right to do what he did.
Yeah, we're just saying because of who he is and of his culture, there's just a certain way that we react to the police. And I tend to agree with what Blaze said. We just be more polite sometimes. Sometimes it's just all it takes, just to be cool, calm, and collective. What they're supposed to be, we should at least we need to be that as one. We need to treat others how we want to be treated. Now, if they continue to act like that, even though Tyreek was polite, then Tyreek has all the right. Now, we're not saying that Tyree doesn't have the right because he did not be polite, but we're just saying that it makes it a little bit different if that's what happens.
Yeah, and again, I don't think this was a race thing because the officers that did it were brown too. Like, I don't think
Yeah,
it was a race.
they were Hispanic. Yeah.
It's an ego. It's a police thing. Like
It's an ego thing. Yeah,
It's
I
an
agree.
ego thing. Be the police. I'll run everything. Like I just saw another video. A cop walked in the woman's house saying, "I own this house," because the kids opened the door and closed the door, and he opened the door behind them and walked in. You're like, yeah, like it's just an ego thing. I promise you, it's an ego thing.
Now, he can get shot doing that.
But it was a woman and her kids. So I mean, if I don't think the father was home, it was just the mother at the door. Like, what are you like? Why are you in my house? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
he was on his house. Just police. It's just an ego thing with police. I don't think it was a race thing. Black officers
definitely an ego thing. It was more ego than anything else.
Like it's last thing I'm saying, and like a little small example. Let's go back to Chick-fil-A. All right. Let's say the person at Chick-fil-A walks at Chick-fil-A, and I walk in and I order something, and I see a bunch of these dudes that order after me getting their food, right? And I'm waiting. I'm like, what the heck is going on, right? So instead of me politely asking, hey, what's going on with my food? I get an attitude, which I have every right to get an attitude because, bro, like, you serve like 5 dudes in front of me. I get an attitude, and then that's how you know they get an attitude back with me, and that's how you know we fighting. And that's how you know I'm in handcuffs, I go to jail. If somebody said this, said, Joe, is there anything you could have done better? I would have been like, you know what? I could have politely asked, is my food coming? Instead of me getting an attitude. Now, I was in my right to do what I did, but I could have avoided the situation if I would have just stayed calm and asked politely. That's all I'm saying with the whole Tariq situation. It's like you had a right to not roll your window down like all the way, but to avoid all this, just do it, bro. Just roll it down, bro. Just roll it down. But like Mark said, if he's doing that because he don't want to be seen, because he's a number 1 receiver in the NFL, basically. That's what number 1 player. So he don't want to be seen to get followed home with the luxury car. I get that because you're protecting your safety, right? You're being safe. You're protecting you know what I'm saying, right? But if you're doing it because of pride, that I don't agree with that. It could have been handled better. That's all I'm saying. But we spent too much time talking about Tyreek Hill when he was the innocent one, and the guilty person is that police officer.
Yeah. So. The reprimand needs to be a lot more steeper than just administrative leave.
Whew,
you probably get demoted. You're probably gonna be like, telling cops to go across the street and this way. You go that way.
Oh, with that attitude.
Yeah, he might get demoted. He already drove the motorcycle, so he might get demoted again. So
with that attitude.
Around Miami Beach.
People like that don't need to be in positions of power.
Exactly. Get fired.
Yeah.
Oh, like police officers shouldn't get like, I know you're human, but this is an important job right here, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah. They shouldn't get second chances, you think?
You got to be able to control your emotions in all situations, especially if you're the professional. You can't handle yourself that way.
If a doctor messes up a surgery, get him out of here.
Exactly.
Get him out of here.
Ain't no demotion. You are gone.
Get him out of here.
No second chance.
You're in charge of someone's life, and that's the same thing with police officers. They're in charge of someone's life.
No second chances.
Facts.
Mm.
All right.
So right there.
I don't agree with that one. That's a debate.
All right. So look, my last words, man. First of all, great show, fella. Shout out to my boy Tomo, man. We miss you, man. Hosting and everything and giving you a laugh, your giggles and all that stuff, man. We miss you. I just want to say that. But shout out to y'all. It was a great show. Shout out to Justin Fields. Hope you do a good job next game. Shout out to the whole R2L network. Shout out to the whole R2L family. Make sure y'all tune into Unfazed tonight at 9 p.m. All right, with me and my boy AJ. And shout out to the Commanders, man. Jaden, I watched the game again, man. And although I felt like you could have thrown the ball downfield, but one thing you did that these other rookies probably weren't doing, you were moving the chains. I'll give you that. You were moving the chains, but the man, he take all, he don't look up. He taking all, he running. He really, like look, he not holding it like he about to throw it. He tuck and run, bro. Like he tucks and run. So he go. So, but he was moving the chains. I was rewatching, I'm like, yo, we would have made a first field goal. First of all, we basically scored, and then they got called back. Then we got set up for a field goal. He missed it, and then we kicked another field goal. If those field goals is hold up.
The boy alive. He alive. He alive.
He's
He
here.
alive. What's
Yeah,
up, Keith?
Yeah.
You good, my guy? I know you're gonna be at work tomorrow at 12 o'clock, but I got a special episode for you tomorrow. You might want to tune in to Dave's Doghouse tomorrow at 12.
Hey, Keith, week 2, man. We here. Week 2. Week 2. Week 2, man. Week 2. But hey, the best player in New York, man, he ain't looking too great, man. Saquon had more touchdowns than the whole squad. What's going on?
Exactly.
Daniel Jones threw the same amount of touchdown passes since he signed his new contract as Dak Prescott.
Dang, one.
God, that's crazy. You got.
Dang, I never thought that they would lose to Sam Darnold. I picked y'all to win that game too.
He got.
I think I did too.
Yeah, we know you did. You and Sam Darnold.
You got more pick sixes and touchdowns. That's
crazy. Crazy, man.
Crazy.
Those are my last words, man. Go ahead, y'all.
I guess since I'm talking now, though, man, I thank y'all for having me on here again, man. I love doing this. This is fun. That last topic we talked about is kind of like a sensitive topic, man, because I had so many run-ins with the law that nothing happened to, even with your brother, Joe. So I got a special place in my heart for that stuff like that. But yeah, great show, fellas. Great show. That's all I got to say. Hail to the Commanders.
All I gotta say is great win last night, San Fran. Game week 2. Let's go out there and win week 2. And let's have another dominating game. Jordan Mason, more than likely, it's looking like you're going to be playing again next week. Let's have another great game. Who knows what's with CMC? He has an Achilles tendonitis, so that can be week to week. But this is why I did not want Christian McCaffrey on the cover of Madden. Y'all kept saying that I was tripping, but I keep telling y'all that there's a bad curse. This is why I didn't want him on the cover. Now you see why. But make sure you tune in to Unfazed tonight at 9 p.m. and you tune in tomorrow at 12 noon to Dave's Doghouse, episode 38.
All right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today. And we'll see y'all at the next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.